We come to you with breaking news this Thursday, March 6, 2014. The undergraduate student government election results are in, and it was just announced that Celia Wright and her running mate Leah Lacure won the election. This is the first time that the president and VP are both women. There were a total of 9,942 votes for this year's USG election, which is the third highest in USG history since 1972, when Governor John Kasich ran, according to Tyler Barham, Chief Justice of the Undergraduate Student Government Judicial Panel. Buckeye TV was at the USG debate when Wright and Lacure stated their platform.
Through our experiences in USG, we know that Connie Vame and all of the Student Wellness Center have done tremendous work on expanding these initiatives and making them accessible. That being said, there's still more work to be done. As Josh mentioned earlier, as president and vice president, you have an enormous voice. You have weekly lunches with Dr. J, so we have to wonder, why haven't these things been done before? That being said, Celia and I, specifically in my work on the Council of Student Affairs this year, I'm the chair of the Issues Subcommittee. We focus a lot on mental health. That's one of our University Senate committees, for those of you who may not be so familiar with USG. We've talked a lot about mental health, and one of my main points this year was to work towards a fall break. So that fall break, we came to that conclusion after a lot of discussions. We're examining it now and how we can work forward with the Council for Enrollment and Student Progress to make that convenient and conveniently placed for students. It's really important. They noticed at the Center for Student Advocacy and even over at the Counseling and Consultation Services how with the semester switch, there has been more instances of students coming in with issues of anxiety and depression, and those are all important things to be addressed. So we not only want to take reactive measures, but we want to take preventative measures. I also worked in CSA and addressed some of these issues. Wendy Winger from the suicide prevention at OSU came in and talked to us about some of these issues. And we did have a discussion about bringing REACH suicide training to student organization presidents' meetings. That was actually a suggestion that I made. We definitely like to implement that as well. It's not a hard fix. It's something that we put in student organizations meetings, and then the presidents who are visible to everybody in the room at their student organizations, they all have to go through it, and they're now more accessible and more apt to answer questions and ask questions like, are you okay? That's a major point on Celia and my platform, is to address not only those issues, but further issues of mental health.
During the campaign process, Wright and Lacure had a brief filed against them by the Clerk of Courts for registering for candidacy after the posted deadline, according to documents posted on the USG election website. The team was fined a total of $20 for registering late with the judicial panel, but the panel found that they could still be registered as official candidates due to the exact time of registration not being clear in the application process. We'll have more on the newly elected president and vice president on our next episode of Buckeye News Now. Be sure to follow Buckeye TV on Twitter for all your campus updates.